Hi, Cookbook friends. This is Carrie, and I'm here with Kaiti. We're both Cookbook Divas, and we thought we would do a quick mini-sode to talk about our favorite spring cookbooks that we're most excited about for spring 2021. We're going to run through our top 6, and I'm sure this number is going to change as we do more research and get mailed more cookbooks and we start figuring out all the cool stuff that's happening. This is a big year for cookbooks, especially March.
Oh, yeah. And April, too, is starting to show more and more awesome cookbooks, too. So
we don't want you guys to miss out on any of the cool stuff coming up. And it's good to be able to budget ahead of time. And I don't just mean money for the cookbooks that we're all going to buy, but I need shelf space. And I honestly can get rid of some of my older cookbooks that I'm not looking through and using. It's difficult, but I can.
Yeah.
And, I used to have a free little cookbook pantry at the PCC markets near my house here in Seattle. And they would let you drop off cookbooks. And my rule was I had to drop off more than I took.
That's a good rule.
Yeah, I would pick up one, and maybe I would even do a cookbook look through on video here for Cookbook Divas, and then I would just bring it back if it wasn't something I wanted to keep. But they decided that pandemic germs, it was too risky to have a bunch of people touching and leaving cookbooks, so they took it away, and now I don't have a way to gift away my cookbooks except for my local Buy Nothing group.
Yeah. Well, so my favorite cookbook that's coming out, and I'm really excited about this one. It's called Jewish, a cookbook, reinvented recipes for modern Mensch. Am I getting that right?
Mensch.
Mensch. Okay, see. Well, this is a cool cookbook. I've been looking forward to it for probably like 8 months now. Yeah, it's been a long time. But
was it one of the ones that got delayed by coronavirus and all the publishers freaked out and just pushed all the release dates forward? Is it one of those?
I don't know, actually. I'm not sure how long it's been. I do know that the author, his name is Jake Cohen. Sorry. He's actually quite popular. He was the editorial director of At the Feed, which is like this, it's almost like a big conglomerate of a bunch of oh wow, why can't I think of this? Culinary experts, chefs, all of those people posting on this one platform so people can just take recipes.
Oh, nice. I'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I would definitely check it out. Yeah. But it's really nice, this cookbook, because he's kind of a fresh voice that speaks to, I guess, more like people my age, younger generation.
I'm not offended.
Sorry. So basically that have lost touch with Jewish culture, Jewish food, just kind of like modernizing it and making it fresher and just like changing it up and integrating other cultures too, because Jewish cooking is more than just one area, obviously, with, the diaspora and stuff. So,
but he's not doing fusion Jewish cooking.
No, it's still Jewish cooking.
That would probably be annoying. Yeah.
Right. It's a little more modernized. It's a very beautiful cookbook. It's got some stunning photos, and it's, I think it's going to be one that we have on our bookshelves for a really long time.
The book I wanted to bring up that I'm most excited for so far, unless something knocks it off the list, is The Food of Oaxaca, Recipes and Stories from Mexico's Culinary Capital. And, I'm not going to celebrity name drop, but my stepsisters have a cousin who is a famous Mexican chef. I'm not sure if she's from Oaxaca, but this is not her cookbook, but I also own her cookbooks and love them. This cookbook is coming out March 16. They give you rustic recipes for making your own tortillas, which I already know how to make because I was taught by some Mexican grandmothers down in San Diego when I was a little girl, but I'm open to reading some recipes and techniques.
Yeah.
There are recipes for preparing memelas, tamales, and moles, as well as Chef Ruiz's own creations, such as duck tacos with coloradito, jicama tacos, and I've made jicama tacos before. It's not super easy to find good jicama here in Seattle, but good enough. I love the texture.
Yeah.
And then there's recipes for shrimp, nopal, fava bean, and pea soup. I would just make that without the shrimp because I'm vegetarian. And catch of the day with tomato marmalade, and Oaxacan chocolate mousse. That would be what I would turn to immediately.
Oh, that sounds so good.
What's the next cookbook that you're super excited for?
Rodney Scott's World of Barbecue. Every day is a good day.
Who's Rodney Scott?
So Rodney Scott is the first African American pitmaster to win a James Beard Award.
Oh, wow.
He's also the second pitmaster to win the award after Aaron Franklin won for Franklin Barbecue in 2015. He's been Anthony Bourdain has interviewed, Anthony Bourdain went to his Rodney Scott's barbecue. There's lots of famous people have visited Rodney Scott's barbecue, and yeah, he's got some amazing recipes that are pretty unique to the traditional and things that just kind of step up the barbecue game.
Well, I'm sorry that I've never heard of him, but I'm a lifelong vegetarian, and I probably saw him on Anthony Bourdain, and I probably fast-forwarded the second I saw meat.
I know. It is very meat heavy, but it's for the summertime, it's going to be awesome. This is a cool cookbook for sure. What about you? What's the next cookbook on your list?
I wanted to chat about à table, recipes for cooking and eating the French way. And we're about to host a Julia Child cookbook club here in March here at Cookbook Divas in our private, cozy Facebook group. And so I'm kind of getting interested in French cooking again. And of course, Julia Child is not the only way to learn how to do French cooking. So I'm excited for À Table, which is by Rebecca Pepler. Comes out April 6th, a few days after my birthday. Hint. And I don't often eat French cooking because it's not vegetarian. So I need to cook it at home to make sure that there's no beef broth in my fake beef bourguignon soup. She says that classic French cookbooks no longer reflect what cooking looks like in France today. And that makes sense to me. I wonder if French people sit around making pizza like we Americans do.
Yeah. Totally.
But they probably make it fancier and take their time and have lots of delicious wine pairings with it.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's not just a recipe-driven cookbook, but also a chic guide to French living. And one of my favorite series of lifestyle books is called Madame Chic. And it's lessons that this American student, she lived with this elegant older French lady in Paris. And the lady would do things like at 4:00, light candles and make cocktails. I'm like, this is my kind of life. So let's see what À Table has to say. But I'm butting into the time for you to talk about your next favorite pick for March.
I am really excited about this cookbook. It has been I've been waiting for it. It's pre-ordered. I'm very excited. Okay, sorry. It's called The Pepper Thai Cookbook, Family Recipes from Everyone's Favorite Thai Mom. So Pepper Teagan is the mom of Chrissy Teigen.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and she is super spunky, super fun, just really, and she's hilarious too. But I love Thai food, and sometimes it can be really difficult to get the flavors just right. And I'm sure that would be hard to do with for vegetarians, because fish. But
yeah, I have to be careful that there's not fish broth and everything when I go to restaurants. Yeah.
So there are 80 recipes in this, and she's from Thailand, so it'd be awesome to get a authentic Thai cooking experience. And she's also a mom, so she's passing this beautiful recipe book down to the rest of us like we're her children. I'm just so excited. It's so exciting. What's next Thai on your list?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Sorry. What's on your list next?
Well, I was doing research on all the cookbooks coming out, and this one just kind of caught my eye because on the cover they have someone sitting on a patio overlooking some kind of body of water, I think an ocean, and there's some citrus and this piles of beautiful tomatoes, and I'm just like, I miss traveling. And so it really got my attention. Yeah. It is by a Pacific Northwest chef named Renee Erickson, and she's actually from our hometown of Seattle. Yay. But I've never heard of her, but I can't know everything.
No.
And she invites us on a culinary journey via her favorite places in the world: Rome, Paris, Normandy, which I'm assuming she's going to make something with apples and brandy, which is what Normandy's known for. Ooh. She's also going to transport us to Baja California, London, and then her hometown of Seattle, which we are already here, but I still want to know her perspective on our lovely town. Yeah. And we peeked at the advanced copies. The photography is gorgeous. The design is beautiful. They've included some whimsical illustrations, which I'm not a big illustration fan. That's more of Katie, since you're the artist around here.
Yeah, I do love those.
But here's what the publisher said. It's a collection of recipes for ultra simple sophistication. Oh, that you had me at simple.
And sophistication.
Yes.
And sophistication. Yeah, that cookbook looks beautiful. I saw a few pictures of, the food it's beautifully photographed, but all the photos of just kind of the local areas are just stunning too.
So I'm going to recap really quick the 6 cookbooks that we're most excited about for spring 2021. You will see us doing cookbook look-throughs of the ones that we own or can get our hands on from the library or get shipped to by publishers. Hint, Jewish, a cookbook by Jake Cohen, The Food of Oaxaca, Recipes and Stories from Mexico's Culinary Capital. Number 3 is Rodney Scott's World of Barbecue. Number 4 is A Tub, Recipes for Cooking and Eating the French Way. And then the Pepper Thai Cookbook coming out on April 13, and Getaway, Food and Drink to Transport You on April 27. Thanks so much for listening to our Cookbook Divas mini episode on our new podcast. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube under Cookbook Divas. And we're occasionally on Pinterest. Take a peek over there if you're a pinner. Thanks for watching and listening.